was like, oh, I gotta commentate. Yeah, all right, you know, let's hop off the sticks onto the mic.
Hell yeah. Here we are in losers round 3 of top 8, the first set within loser's side. Here we've got Keyline Skye versus GirthwormJim. The tags ever, the essence of rivals truly.
So people sometimes we talk about like, all right, you can tell if something's like a melee tag or like a ultimate tag or something like that. I feel like rivals tags are getting their own, you know, their own identity.
Oh yeah, GirthwormJim is 100% a rivals 2 tag.
Exactly.
I'm thinking like that's a rival player right there.
Oh man, yeah, we're hopping into the set now. I mean, this is gonna be a match of brothers. You know, we got the brothers war starting off right now, and it's a huge punish games on both sides of these characters. Like they hit you once and then they carry you all the way across the stage and set up for an edge guard. So it's going to be a lot of on hit and then figuring out how to get out of disadvantage, because that is going to be tricky for well, I think both sides actually. Disadvantage state really tough.
It's really interesting seeing this matchup a lot of the time, considering that like the linearity from Zetterburn really shows, because like you said, they basically have the same basic game plan. It's just when it gets down to the actual obscurities, and like it really comes to show where Forsburn can really, like, no pun intended, really like start burning up. Especially we're seeing right here under the dual flow platform, trying to set up early on against Bingo Champ.
Yep.
Oh, not gonna find that grab though, unfortunately. But GirthwormJim doing a good job so far of holding their place here in neutral.
I mean, it's something that I think GirthwormJim is super good at, is sort of setting up a wall with the aerials and the cape that really sets up something that's difficult to approach for the more linear characters. Zetterburn does not have a lot of weaknesses, let's be honest, but one of them is the bit of linearity in the approaches. The fact that, you know, he really only has a couple ways he can come in and attack you, and if you're setting up a wall with these aerials and capes, it's tough for him to break through. And right there, yeah, you know, just back off, throw out the return to stage burial, something that we see a lot, and just, you know, set up a situation that's bad for Zetter once again. Finally finds that down throw up strong. We saw earlier went for the tech chase instead, but still, you know, relatively in this game. However, with that back air kill, I think this is GirthwormJim putting this one away a little bit, Momo.
Yeah, Jim's doing a really great job again covering that platform, making sure that Skye, she can't get set up. You know, she's been looking for those approaches like you mentioned, but with the constant pressure out with those disjoints from Forsburn, with the movement constantly, Jim not sitting in one place, keeping an aerial out at all times, you need to find big momentum like this. Speaking of momentum, 6% onto Jim right here. Skye looking to accentuate some damage for the falling nair. Another big shine, double up airs into an up tilt. Finding a good conversion here. Do we find the stock? We do, off the up strong. And Skye finds the exact thing you need in this matchup. Gonna be hard to find the hit, but when you do find the hit, you gotta make it count.
Man, she went crazy with that one. That was one of the longest confirmed sequences I've ever seen for Zetter. Just carry it all the way across. We see another one starting up right here. Oh, finishes it off a bit early, but hey, I mean, when you got fire on, the up strong is so good. Down strong, okay, sets up a corner position, but a crazy reverse flip cancel off of the top Jules Veil platform. I love when I see that intentionally. That's one of those things you almost never get, like, people almost never want to reverse flip back onto stage. That's almost always an input. But yeah, I mean, that one was on purpose. Unfortunately, you know, sometimes you can't recover correctly, but I mean, Skye was really showing how good she is on hit. And, you know, maybe if we clean up that disadvantage a little bit, she could be taking down Girthworm.
It's just the fact that, like, the small minutia in this matchup are really coming into Jim's favor right here. And that being that while Zetterburn has the better advantage state off of straight up hits and the better kill potential, like of just direct taking stocks, Forsburn takes advantage off of those disjoints, making it harder for Zetter to approach, and is really good at taking advantage of Zetterburn's lackluster recovery at times. And we saw all of those stocks was Jim going out there and making it just Skye's life off stage just pretty much hell.
Yeah, she's certainly had a tough spot there. Let's see, all right, just not get the wall jump down air. Something that a lot of times you want to look for as Forsburn, but now out the counter hit, wrong direction, read for Skye, and now Jim is Jim is back with the stage, but she's hit a little bit harder than the Forsburn right now. As we saw last game, the confirms were stronger on the Zetter side, but right now, Force is the one off stage. And yeah, the fair off the wall, not ready for the tech. It's probably too low, right? Yeah.
That was really good. The big difference maker right now is Skye recognizing, like, okay, Jim's doing a really good job of keeping me out. So the one thing I can do is get in sooner before he can set up that wall and just play more confident. And we just need to see those crazy Zetterburn options, like going up there for that fair, getting those angsty recoveries, and just getting back in there to find that advantage state that we know and love. Turning up right now, big downer coming out, sitting to, again, the center stage, 30%, absolutely nothing to scoff at. Jim looking to take out of the stock, does not want to take too much extra credit here. Big dropping down there again. Not going to find the forward strong, finds the first hit, and Skye going to absolutely take that and run with it. Finding so much damage here, and the big parry. Do we find the stock off of this? We might. Ooh, but big down strong coming out from Jim. Really good reaction there to cover that tech chase.
Yeah, she wanted the reset with the second back air on the platform. Was not the right spot. But now she finds herself off stage once again. Let's see if this exploitable recovery can be exploited. Not this time. Man, I swear, every time it feels like you have a chance to edgeguard Zetter, he just kind of gets away. And I think one of the things that has been so impressive about the character is how creative a lot of players have gotten with the recovery. Like, you know, just a lot of just figuring out, all right, how do I get to the wall? Because the wall is gone. You know, once you touch that wall, you're basically home free. So let's see. Oh, spike action. Yeah, that big hitbox on the up B from Force really makes it tough to directly contest it. But now, this is the edge guarding. Nope, just back to stage at the same time. And great catch out.
We'll find the answer with those fireballs. Recovering low. Skye gonna challenge GirthwormJim down there, looking to find the stock here soon. 166, doesn't find the second hit there of that up strong, but finds it down strong again on the platform. Skye getting a little too comfortable teching in place on that platform, and Jim definitely gonna take advantage. 181%, looking to accentuate your lead here, but that fourth throw is most certainly gonna do it with that special pummel. There we go. I mean, yeah, as close as I can get in this last stock, honestly. But honestly, like you mentioned, right? I mean, like, Zetterburn players, they've solved advantage state, you would think at least. So it's like, okay, now I just gotta get back to stage. The only thing I gotta worry about. And Skye's making do pretty quickly so far in the set.
Yeah, I mean, she started off really strong in this game, and now once again she finds her big opening and answers back with all the percent she needs. But her kill percent has been a little bit higher than on the other side. She hasn't quite been getting those consistent confirms. Obviously, the back air is one of the best ones to do, but another great floor hug gets out of that situation. Up strong? Okay, barely not killing. That was a super scary spot to be in for Jim, but now Skye, once again, chasing down. This is Jim's opportunity to shine with the back air. Oh. Not this time.
Recovery there, gonna catch Jim hanging on ledge there. It goes for a little bit of an errant down strong spot dodge off having right there. Not gonna find anything off of that back throw just yet. Makes it back to ledge, gets caught out with that up strong. Very good patience there from Jim to take that game number 2 by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah, that was a tough one to lose, I think, for Skye. You know, you had such a good lead early game. You were playing really well, and then Jim lived to 195 on stock too. You let him get back in the game, but I mean, that's one of the things where you have to really figure out, all right, how, like, the most important part of the game, and to a degree, is getting those kills, right? Like, you have to figure out some way to do it. And unfortunately, you know, when your opponents live in a 190, it's a tough ask for you to win the game.
It's really unfortunate because, like, while Skye, when she does have a lot of momentum, she plays super well. But when the game slows down, Jim just absolutely takes her for a ride. You know, it's just so tough to get back into it. I feel like you just have to. I mean, it's ironic to say that to a Zetterburn player, but you got to ground yourself a little bit. Recognize that, okay, this is going to happen against Forsburn, and I got to learn how to deal with it. You know.
Yeah, and Jim is great at playing this slow game. I actually played against Jim earlier in the tournament. I don't know if I told the viewers already, but it's very difficult because you sort of have to let the slow moments happen and not get overwhelmed when his pressure comes out, but like because he's happy to back up and just get his own setups, you know, reset, put out the clone, put out those forward strongs, sit under a platform. You have to know how to approach, and sometimes you find yourself slipping a little bit, and you get caught in the cooker. All right, there we go.
Nice up strong. It's like you're fighting somebody who's ice fishing, bro. Like having
True.
the setups all the time, a slippery little guy running around. The second you find the right opening, though, Jim's on you like white on rice. And as I say that, big ladder combos coming out, finding even more damage off those up airs. Skye finally gonna find the ground there, but as I say that, big downer, putting her in a very precarious position. Still gets caught with that jump from ledge. Jim, even out of the extended combo, still just keeping Skye in the corner, forcing her to overthink every single interaction. Finally finds a hit there, but you need to find so much more off of the little momentum you have here in these situations.
Yeah, and I like that point you touched on where Jim is a great counter hitter as well. Like a lot of positions where it seems like, oh, I'm in advantage state, I'm the one that whose turn it should be. Jim will pop out a little forward air or pop out an up air, and you know, that will lead to a lot more, or just end the situation and barely off. Skye almost had the opportunity to even that up and misses the tech chase. Still though, advantage state with a strong fair, and Skye cleans that stock up and puts herself back in this game. She was so far out.
Definitely keeping this close here, but Jim taking note out of her book, finding so much damage here off of that combo, 50% and counting. Like he's a Zetterburn off stage. Listen to again for a situation here on this platform. Comes a clone, catching you there with the forward strong, big dash attack into another nair, catching you from coming from ledge. Big up strong cancel into another up air. Finds 130%, not stopping anytime soon. Jim going to find the pressure there on the platform. Up throw comes out. Do we find the stock there, Skye? Needs to find literally anything to get back in this game. It's looking like the GirthwormJim show right now.
Oh man, I'd watch the GirthwormJim show. I think that would be a good sign. But now that's off stage, and no, that's just it. Unfortunately, once again, Skye not able to quite make it back, and she is out of the bracket at 7th place. Very very respectable showing. I mean, 72-person bracket, so lots of tough opponents you had to go through to get here. Nice job, Skye.
It definitely. Very well played from either side. Again, it's just like we're seeing there, like Skye obviously had a very valiant effort making here 7th place, but also just like the potential from the Zetterburn. Like you found a couple of those combos, I think specifically in game 1, the last stock. She literally like one of the most insane Zetter combos I've seen in a hot minute.
Yeah, that was nuts.
It's like you're at the level now in your gameplay where it's like most of the gameplay is really, really good. It's just this one single thing that's holding you back, and albeit at the higher level, the higher you go up, people will take advantage of that every day of the week. And that's given like that specific thing is being able to slow down and play to your opponent's pace. Because if you're playing in Zetterburn mode, you're great, but you got to be able to play outside of Zetterburn mode. You got to be able to get out of your own bubble. Recognize like, okay, you know what? I gotta slow down. I gotta be able to play when the opponent has the ball in their court and find my openings consistently, not just kind of like claw in the dark. So once you've got that figured out, though, I'm really excited to see where the Zetterburn goes.
Yeah, I think Skye has a lot of what she needs, like you said. Great points there, Momo. One thing I think that is really interesting that I've seen the sentiment among some of the top players is basically